Hey, it's Holly. In today's video, I am showing you one of the later sets in that vintage Polly Pocket era. So vintage Polly Pockets, effectively, that is categorized officially as 1989 through 1997. That's when the Polly dolls were little. All the ones I've shown you on my channel are vintage Polly Pocket. But specifically those years, that's when the dolls were little, and then around late 97 and into 1998, they became these big, just like a very different aesthetic. They weren't the original Polly Pocket that we all grew to know and love. So 1997 was where that shift happened. So the last sets that came out were around then, and then that change happened. That's around the time that Mattel bought Bluebird and took over completely instead of just being a distributor. Anyway, I digress. Just to say, this is towards the end of that, so it's neat to see kind of where it ended up. I would have loved to see how much more creative they would have gotten, because the set started to get really, really cool in like 95, 96, 97. But then everything changed, unfortunately. So anyway, today's video is the 1997 pool party. It's a really cute set, and this functions a lot like Magical Movin Pollyville, if you've seen my video on that. It's not huge, it's just a little play set like this. It's not a compact, it just is what you see is what you get there, but it does use water. And if you've seen my other videos where I use water in some of the play sets, because there's at least 3 that take water, you know I'm not a huge fan of putting water in my sets because they're vintage toys and water does all sorts of stuff to toys and metal parts, and you know, you want to make sure that these things aren't getting wrecked. But for the channel, I do it, and I'm just going to try this, and then I'm going to do my best to dry every crevice out. So without further ado, let's check out this really cool set, the 1997 Pool Party. Okay, today's toy is the 1997 Pool Party. 1997 being the last year that this kind of era of Polly Pockets was made, where the figures looked like this. I love this set. It's really small and it's really simple. But if you've seen my video on Magical Movin Pollyville, it's effectively the same technology. It is a magnetic playset. This one is a water park, and it does use water, but I'm first just going to show you some of the details of the set, how the set functions, and then we'll see if we can get the water working. I've never put water in this. We're going to do it for the channel, but we'll see how it goes. So really cute logo on this one. It is just right in the middle inside, sort of a little flower garden. This is the tool we're going to use to move Polly around the set. But over here, there is an ice cream stand, little cash register in there alongside a garbage can, tree. This is kind of like sunglasses, and looks like it's supposed to be sunglasses and, what's the word I'm looking for? Sunscreen. And you can turn it around, which is so cute. So like if you're browsing sunglasses, I love that feature. And then that's the front of it, so you can see that you could have someone stand at the back as the cashier, and then the people attending the water park would access it from the other side. So really cute detail. Towel thrown over the fence here. There is what appears to be a shower here, a slide that goes into the pool, little diving board, a lifeguard chair with a sort of gosh, my vocabulary today. Life ring, whatever we call those. And then there is a lounge chair where there's a snack already sitting there waiting, as well as, of course, the water slide. Something that's interesting about this set is there are a few variations of it. where some of the colors of the lawn chair, for example, are a bit different, but also there are variations on what's up here. And when I got mine, I thought it was fake because it's kind of like a crude drawing. It's not very, you know, there's not a ton of cleanliness to the art style, but that is the original decal that came on this one. There's another one that looks quite a bit different, but there are two, and this is one of the options. But in terms of like actual different sets, in terms of like the colors and the variations on the picture, I think there's at least 4 different combinations you could get. So this is the one that I have. So how it works, it comes with 2 figures. Of course, it comes with Polly, and it also comes with her friend Lauren. So I'm going to pull out Polly here to show you. So Polly, much like the Magical Movin Pollyville, is on quite a thick base. That's because there's a magnet in here. She's wearing a really cute little sailor-like bathing suit, pink, and her base looks like a heart, and that's because we're going to line it up with the heart spots on the playset itself. Lauren, on the other hand, is a regular style figure. She has a joint in the middle. She's wearing shoes, a green bathing suit, some cute pink sunglasses, and she has red hair up in some pigtails. So here's how it works. Basically, you can start Polly somewhere. Generally, the idea, I think, is you're supposed to start around the heart, and she will move through the play set. So I'm gonna get her out of the pool. Let's maybe just try to pick her up over here. Here we go. So we get her here, and she can go get an ice cream. She can walk over here, and then it's always a little bit difficult to control, but she's walking over here. She could sit down. Something that's neat is as she approaches the water slide, and here we go, this part's a bit wild. She's taller than the water slide, so basically what's going to happen is I'm going to put her up, and then she's just gonna fall. So she goes through, and there she goes. She got a bit stuck. Oh, she's ready to come up the water slide. There we go. And now she's over by the shower, and you can kind of rinse and repeat that cycle. If you ever lose track of the magnet, you can kind of work around and eventually you're able to pick it up. But I find sometimes you just have to actually just pick her up and try again. There we go. Back up. So to show you that one more time. Whoops. Oh, we lost her. We lost her. Come back to us, Polly. Here we go. All right, here we go. Oh, she got stuck again. She just likes getting stuck in there. We'll get Lauren to rescue her. There we are. And she's out. So that's how the set works. So, you know, it doesn't work perfectly, but it's a really cute idea. And for 1997, I think that's really cool. All right, you know, I'm not a huge fan of putting water in my water sets, but that I do it for the channel. So there is a shower here, and you can see that it moves. So it can be used as a shower or used for this. I can only presume, looking at it, that the water would go in here. So what do you say? Should we put water in here? Let's give it a shot. So I've got some water. Oh my gosh, I hate doing this, but we're doing it for the channel. Okay, I've just filled the pool. We'll see how much of this ends up all over the place, but I've got it there. And let's try the shower. Ooh, it's dirty, gross. Well, we're cleaning the set. I guess we all know pool water typically isn't very clean. Let's try moving it this way. Yeah, it's not really, oh, there we go. Now it's coming out the shower head. Okay, that water was super gross. I am not putting the figures in there before I get rid of that water. But that is how that works. So it is, I don't know if you can see it from this angle. Let me just try to sop up some of the water so I can show this to you. Okay, so it does come out there. Interesting, huh? So it comes out sideways, and then if you turn it this way, it comes out through the shower head. It is quite messy, spectacularly dirty. In hindsight, I guess I am glad that we tried that, because now it's going to be much cleaner. But that's how that set works. That was spectacular and gross all at the same time. Let me know in the comments, what was your favorite part of the set? I do love the slide, but it's kind of janky. Like, it's hard to get it to work. Personally, I actually love this little sunglass and sunscreen stand. I think it's a really cute detail. The water is neat, but I don't think it's necessary because of the way that we already have this magnetic mechanism in there, that it just seems like it's not needed. And also kind of gross, but we've got it clean now, so I'll get over it. Okay, so that was super gross, but also satisfying. I hope that's not weird to say, just to know that that is not in the set anymore. All of that gunk and dirt feels good, but was gross. I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't put water in it, so maybe that was a good thing. Maybe it needed that, but now I'm tasked with basically getting all of this dried up properly. It made an absolute mess, but I had lots of paper towel around, so everything's fine. But it's really interesting. It's a lot like if you saw my video on the 1995 Splash and Slide Water Park. It's very similar to that. And again, not a huge fan of putting water in things, but it's good to see how the toy was intended to be played with, right? So let me know in the comments, as always. I'd just love to hear what your favorite part of the set is. The slide's really cool. The shower's cool. The magnetic aspect is cool in general, but I mean, I just love how real this is. Like, this feature, that's real life. I mean, how many of us have stood for, like, 20 minutes spinning a sunglass thing, trying on all the sunglasses? And that was something that I loved to do as a kid too. So I just found it really relatable, if that makes sense. That's why I like that so much. But tell me your thoughts in the comments. I really have to get this dried up. I'm nervous because there's screws on the bottom. I just get super nervous when there's metal, anything, and water. But anyway, that's a problem for me to deal with. If you have not hit subscribe yet, please hit the subscribe button. It's free. You don't have to pay anything to subscribe, but that way you will be notified when my next videos come out. Also, don't forget to like the video. It helps the channel so much. If you're on Instagram, please come follow over along on Instagram at Pocket Vintage Toys. That's where I share what my next video is going to be, what stuff I'm getting into my collection. It's just a great place in general to connect with me. So if you're on Instagram, please come follow along at Pocket Vintage Toys. I'm trying to get better about using my Facebook page, but I'll be honest, I'm not very good at that. So Instagram is probably the best place to connect, but if you're on Facebook, I have set up a Holly Pocket Vintage Toys page there too, so feel free to look for that as well. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.